gonna be out here being a hypocritical clowning people like Gunna or 6ix9ine, you know, with the rat post and saying we don't with snitches and the rat emoji followed by the cheese emoji, and then next thing you know, a year or two
yeah. So during the Diddy trial, Cudi came in to testify against Diddy because there were some suspicious acts that happened with the car blowing up and things of that nature. And Young Thug himself posted, "Wow, Cudi is a rat." And he's out here calling other people's rat, but in closed doors, Young Thug is saying, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you anything you wanna hear. This street stuff is a facade. When people's freedom is hanging on by a thread, people are gonna say whatever. They do not care about their ethics or whatever the hell." 6ix9ine was right. Video by Maury. I'm assuming this situation has to do with the whole recent Young Thug snitch allegations, where there was a video that surfaced up about him singing like a bird. So yeah, let's check it out and see what this is about.
So with the recent events going on with Young Thug, I just gotta say 6ix9ine was right, and he is now vindicated.
Yo, I just want to know where all the energy at. The Young Thug situation, I stood quiet 2 days just watching it play out, watching what excuses the people come up with. Every day, every year, every time a nigga come out, y'all move the goalposts further. Oh, nah, bro, it's different. No, it's different, bro. It's different, bro. It's different. You told, like, before 12 in the afternoon, like, that's a forbidden rule. You can't do that.
Nah, that's hilarious, bro. Honestly, bro, if I were 6ix9ine seeing all the events unfold with Gunna, Young Thug literally trying to disassociate himself from Gunna, slandering this man's name and calling him a rat, a snitch. And meanwhile, keep in mind, I'm a civilian, right? So none of this applies to me. I do not commit crimes. I don't have felonies. I am not...
Yeah, but I'm not gonna lie to you. These street people will tell you that snitching is snitching regardless. Even if this person attacks your family or your mother, bro, you're not supposed to snitch. Dumb street rules. Like, I don't understand what they live by. And I can see where 6ix9ine is coming from, where when he was known as a rat and a snitch, everybody was coming at him and everybody's like, yo, he's a menace, snitching on people, blah, 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 blah. But yet, when it's Young Thug and somebody they kind of like he said, they're moving the goalposts, like, oh no, you're not supposed to snitch like this or like this. It doesn't look as crazy for him to snitch, when in reality, by their rules, snitching is snitching.
In any type of gangs. So the snitching rules do not apply to me, but these, you know, these so-called gangsters, YSL, Young Thug, the 21 Savages, the Kodak Blacks, the so-called Cardis. I don't even think Cardi's a so-called gangster anymore, but you already know they play the part, they look the part. All these people who are so-called against snitching are so against talking to the cops when they get locked up, trying to stay 10 toes down, trying to say that any communication with any type of law enforcement officer about any crimes committed in the past is snitching. All of them turned out to be snitches themselves.
Yes, sir.
Promises.
This right here is the transcript from the interrogation room when he starts snitching on his people.
Just will keep promises. Whatever you anytime you ever want to know anything, tell me.
He said, anything you want to know, I will tell you. Yeah, I really wonder what these people are gonna say that are like super fans of Young Thug. Like, I wonder if they're gonna accept that he's a snitch and still rock with him in his music, or if they're just gonna like turn on him. I doubt it, but let's see.
But tell you anything.
Tell the world.
Oh, just don't tell the world.
I can't even get in touch with
Yes, you
you.
can.
I don't have your number.
Whatever.
Well, give it to me. If you ain't giving it to her,
Guys, at this point in time, I just want to say gang culture is dead. The streets are gone, and all this shit is just corny. If you're a grown-ass man, you've made millions as a celebrity rapper, bro. Why are you even still upholding these garbage?
I want you to know that all these rappers that you see, the NBA Youngboy, the Little Baby, the Lil Durk, I don't know really about these like gangster rappers or whatever the hell. All of these people do not live what they rap. Wow. Shocker. While they're telling you that they're out here slanging dope and out here in the streets with their Tech 9s and stuff and their extendo clip, they're on a beach in Cancun, Mexico, chilling on the beach. While they're telling you and you're singing along to these rap songs, telling you to go be gangster and stuff, they are out there chilling on a beach. This is all just a character. These people are playing a character because it gets them money, it gets them views on their music, and they're playing a character. Some people actually live by it, like King Von, but these people do not live long. So whenever you see these people rapping about things, They do not truly believe what they rap about.
As immature as beliefs. Like, let's keep it 100. Let's keep it a bean. This is like, if you're past the age, in my opinion, of 24 and you're still trying to play in the streets with these, oh my God, snitching is bad when somebody commits a crime. I understand if you're out here committing crimes yourselves. I suppose you could have those street ethics, those street morals, and you can uphold them to the graveyard if you want. But if you're gonna be out here being a hypocritical clowning people like Gunna or 6ix9ine, you know, with the rat post and saying we don't with snitches and the rat emoji followed by the cheese emoji, and then next thing you know, a year or two
yeah. So during the Diddy trial, Cudi came in to testify against Diddy because there were some suspicious acts that happened with the car blowing up and things of that nature. And Young Thug himself posted, "Wow, Cudi is a rat." And he's out here calling other people's rat, but in closed doors, Young Thug is saying, "Yo, I'm gonna tell you anything you wanna hear. This street stuff is a facade. When people's freedom is hanging on by a thread, people are gonna say whatever. They do not care about their ethics or whatever the hell. It is a different thing to call other people snitches, but when you are truly in that situation and your freedom is on the line, you're gonna sing like a bird, bro. You're gonna say whatever they want you to say."
you get exposed for the same type of shit you were criticizing those other people for, standing on your moral high ground, throwing stones from a glass house, claiming snitching is the worst thing in the world. Meanwhile, you are a snitch yourself. How does that make any sense? Now back to what 6ix9ine was saying.
No, bro, it's okay, bro, because he told after 3, like, bro, it's so easy. They tell you have the right to remain silent. Anything used against you could be used in the court of law, whatever the case they say. You have the right to call an attorney right now. You spoke for 2 hours.
He literally spoke for 2 hours, by the way, guys. Like the whole full interrogation uploaded by
Jesus.
1 hour and 51 minutes long from 2015.
Wow, my dude already snitched in 2015, calling Kid Cudi a snitch. Bro was snitching to the feds for almost 2 hours, calling other people snitches, bro. That's absurd.
15. This man was singing like a bird. He was talking to the investigators, to the cops. He was like, "Hey man, just give me some KFC, McDonald's burger, and I'll tell you anything you want. Just keep me out of prison." Like, and academics so eloquently and sarcastically pointed out the double standards and the hypocrisy in this industry.
That's just how we gotta keep it in spade, Chad. We gonna call it being a beat. If you ask me that somebody we like snitch, no snitch.
That's crazy, bro.
What?
It literally works like that. If the fans love this particular person, no snitching. Young Thug gets grace, you know, he gets all the excuses in the world. But a person like a Gunna snitches, quote unquote snitches, or a 6ix9ine, and people don't like them, then all of a sudden everybody turns their backs against them.
Somebody we don't like, all right, we gonna look into it. The first rule of did somebody snitch is do we like them? Keep telling y'all, it's better be liked than to be right.
Yep. It's better to be liked than to be right. You know, the funny thing is this applies to the same industry, you know, the YouTube industry as well. And the entertainment industry, like you have so many people who are more talented than others, but because they know more people, they have, you know, rights to connections and nepotism and all that. And they have I suppose, a more marketable brand. They get more opportunities than the other people who go against the grain and who are, I suppose, more controversial because they're less likable.
People already made their decision on the people that they like, and they will cater the way that they see the world towards what they already believe. For example, the Kendrick and Drake beef. This beef did not sway anybody on any side. Whatever side you were on before the beef is the side you're gonna stay on. Even though objectively, we all know Kendrick destroyed Drake. People's ego will destroy whatever they feel like is wrong and keep whatever they already believe in their minds. That's how you get ingrained in what you want to call the matrix. Whatever you already believe, you're going to keep believing and keep looking for evidence to support that. And whatever you do not believe, you're going to be like, nah, I don't see that. Nah, Young Thug snitching? Nah, I don't see that. I don't see Young Thug snitching. Nah, that's not happening. People's ego is really delicate. They don't want the way they view the world to be shattered in front of their eyes. They don't want that. They're going to keep whatever they believe already to be alive and keep it pushing. That is just the way the world works. So when academics is joking like that, it is a truth to an extent where if I like them, it's not snitching. But if I don't, we gonna look into it.
Feelings and they're being offensive. If you're not likable, people will turn their backs against you and go against you no matter the situation, even if you are right. And I just gotta say, if I were 6ix9ine, I would be pissed off, of which I'm pretty sure he is.
2 hours. It's me beating a horse. Like, I'm not saying that. Y'all heard what y'all heard. Where's all the energy at?
He's so tight, he's stuttering on his word. Yeah. I felt that though.
Why hear everybody quiet? Why Lil Baby, 21 Savage, Future? Why you not saying nothing?
Quiet as a in church mouth. Quiet as hell, huh? Where's all that same energy? Future, you know, Savage, Cardi, and the whole industry were giving Gunna. Mind you, Gunna didn't do all this that Thug recently got exposed for doing. He did way less and basically got blackballed by the entire industry. Everybody stopped with him. But then you have interrogation for 2 whole hours of interrogation footage exposed and leaked by, I'm assuming, Georgia State DA attorney's offices, singing like a Tweety bird.
I never told on my friends. I don't tell on my friends.
And by the way, in 6ix9ine's case, those people that he supposedly ratted on, they literally were not his friends. They were literally one of his right-hand mans. He caught him, I forgot his name, Shotty, having sexual intercourse with his girlfriend or baby mama at the time. Literally.
See, that is outrageous. And then the streets don't want you to snitch on these people because snitching is snitching. I don't care about 6ix9ine. I'm not a fan of 6ix9ine. The music 6ix9ine makes is absolute dog water. Nobody should listen to that. Your ears will start bleeding. He is spitting facts here. Does it matter if you snitch on somebody that's not your friend? I can understand that. I can understand the street code of like, yo, that's your man's. You're not supposed to snitch on.
He caught this man red-handed having sex with her. And then turns out Shotty and other people at the time, you know, during 6ix9ine's peak, you know, the New York era, they were stealing money from him, bro. They were stealing money from him. They were hiding stuff. They were stabbing him in the back and just being very slimy and snaky. And that situation was completely different. He was facing, I don't know how many years, 25 to life. I would have snitched.
I'm not gonna lie.
Down for some people
I
who
would've
did
snitched
me
too.
dirty in the worst possible ways just because I want to uphold this gangster ass image and the street ethics and morals, my guy. Like,
I'm keeping it a buck. I'm snitching on your grandma for making your mom to make you. I'm snitching on everybody. 25 years? I will not survive in jail. I ain't dropping nothing in jail. And I ain't gonna be in jail. So I'm snitching. I'm not gonna lie.
imagine doing that for people who literally wouldn't care if you died. That would be dumb. Now in this situation, Young Thug and Gunna and YSL, all these people are supposedly homies and friends and they snitched on each other. But somehow, hypocritically, Young Thug thought what he did in his interviews with cops and talking to them about specific information that if you really want to be gangster should not have been talked about, no problem. Not wrong. Excusable. But when 6ix9ine does it in his case against people who literally don't care if he dies, was stealing millions of dollars from him potentially, and had sex with his baby mama.
I wonder with this whole situation, if this whole gangster facade kind of breaks down and dissolves a little bit, like, oh, maybe it's not real. Because the people who I look up to that are telling me not to snitch and to be gangster are snitching on their mans, on their close friends they're snitching on. But yet I was mad at 6ix9ine for snitching on his op, his enemy. Like, that's crazy, bro. These people do not practice what they preach at all. If you enjoyed, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps the channel so much you don't even know. As always, I hope you have a wonderful day. Until next time.